Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Swamini Gopmati, when are you ready? You can start, Mati.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayi. नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेश नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रि. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, verses 13 to 24. Maharaja Pruta becomes angry at the earth. Text 13. Having arrived at the conclusion, the king took up his bow and arrow and aimed them at the earth, exactly like Lord Shiva, who destroyed the whole world out of anger. Text 14. When the earth saw the king Pruto was taking his bow and arrow to kill her, she became very much afraid and began to tremble. She then began to flee exactly like a deer, which runs very swiftly when followed by her hunter. Being afraid of King Prithu, she took the shape of a cow and began to run. Text 15. Seeing this, Maharaja Prithu became very angry, and his eyes became as red as the early morning sun. Placing an arrow on his bow, he chased the cow-shaped earth wherever she would run. Text 16. The cow-shaped earth ran here and there in outer space between the heavenly planets and the earth, and wherever she runs, the king chased her with his bow and arrow. Text 17. Just as a man cannot escape the cruel hands of death, the cow-shaped earth could not escape the hands of the son of Veena. At length the earth, fearful, her heart aggrieved, turned back in helplessness. Text 18. Addressing the great opulent King Prithu as the knower of religious principle and shelter of the surrendered, she said, "Please save me. You are the protector of all living entities. Now you are situated as the king of this planet." Text 19. The cow-shaped earth continued to appeal to the king. "I am very poor, and I have not committed any sinful activities. I do not know why you want to kill me. Since you are supposed to be the knower of all religious principles, why are you so envious of me? And why are you so anxious to kill a woman?" Text 20. Even if a woman does commit some sinful activities, no one should place his hand upon her. And what to speak of you, dear king? You are so merciful. You are a protector, and you are affectionate to the poor. Text 21. The cow-shaped earth continued, "My dear king, I am just like a strong wood, and all the paraphernalia of the world is standing upon me. If you break me to pieces, how can you protect yourself and your subject from the drowning?" Text 22. King Prithu replied to the earthly planet, "My dear earth, you have disobeyed my orders and rulings. In the form of a demigod, you accepted your share of the yajnas we performed. But in return, you have not produced sufficient food grains. For this reason, I must kill you." Text 23. Although you are eating green grass every day, you are not filling your milk bag, so we can utilize your milk. Since you are willfully committing offenses, it cannot be said that you are not punished due to your assuming the form of a cow. Text 24. You have so lost your intelligence that despite my order, you do not deliver the seeds of herbs and grains formerly created by Brahma and now hidden within yourself. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Swamini Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Rasa Mataji, whenever you're ready, you can start.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Mataji, for reading. We'll start with quick prayers. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we are reading 4th Canto, 17th chapter, and we are reading from verse number 13. So from 1 to 12, we will do a very, very quick recap. Yesterday, Krishnamena Prabhu had explained us very nicely. So what is happening for the people who joined late? Vidur is questioning Maitreya Muni. He's asked 6 questions in all. And all these questions are regarding Prithu Maharaj. He wants to know more about him and about certain leelas very well. So his first question that comes up is this: why did earth take the form of a cow? Which we will be answering today itself. And then he asked who was the calf uh, and milk pot while Prithu Maharaj was milking the cow. These all questions that we are referring to right now will be answered in chapters which will come further. And then he asks how Prithu Maharaj made uneven earth into a flat surface. And then the fourth question was why Indra Devata stole the horse that was being used for the yagya. And then fifth, he asked, what destination did Prithu Maharaj attain after he had got the teachings, after he had learned from the Sanat Kumaras? And then he asks, narrate all the glorious topics of Prithu Maharaj. So after hearing all these questions, Maitreya Muni starts to address him. So then when he starts with a story addressing that once all the citizens of Prithu Maharaj's kingdom were in a very poverty state. And because of them suffering, they all assembled together and came to Prithu Maharaj and begged him for a solution. That we are in a very tedious situation where we have nothing to eat and we have a lot of hunger. You being our king, the person who monitors us, rules us, whose shelter we are in, you are responsible for taking care of our needs. So please help us. And when this happens, Prithu Maharaj starts thinking, contemplating where are we going wrong that his subjects are being so deprived of basic necessities. So after thinking a lot, he comes to a conclusion, and that conclusion starts from verse number 13, from where we are going to start today. In verse number 13, it is said that he arrives to a conclusion and then he picks up his bow and arrow and he's aiming exactly at the earth. So when he's aiming exactly at the earth, he's very angry. And the example given by Maitreya Muni here is like Lord Shiva. It is very aptly placed over here because we recently learned about Lord Shiva's anger. When he can do pralaya dance, what happens? So just like that, the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prithu Maharaj, was also equally angry. And he came to a conclusion saying that his the people in the kingdom are not at all at fault. They are not lazing around and not doing the agriculture job or not plowing the land or doing anything incorrect. They are doing everything apt. They are doing meeting everything that needs to be done to have a good yield out of Mother Earth. But it's Earth's problem that she is not yielding. So even after being told to yield, she's not doing. So he stated Earth to be responsible for all the agony in the kingdom. And here, because of this, it is clearly indicated that Mother Earth has the capacity to produce as much as you want. She will be able to satisfy the entire population because that is the power she has. She can produce. But we nowadays just create false demand supply cycle just out of corruption and all. We are saying we don't have enough food, hence we have to do meat eating because earth cannot produce enough, so we have to eat meat, right? So this is all because of our personal sense gratification. Mother Earth is completely capable of taking care of the entire population on this planet. So this theory is pretty bogus that we don't have enough food because we have more population. Here, it is said that she can sufficiently arrange for the population, but sometimes for various reasons she will not. So, in a lecture I heard yesterday, then when Mother Earth is not producing apt amount of food, that is because she is being abused. Abused in what way? We are putting a lot of chemical fertilizers, unnecessary things in it, digging it, tilling it, not taking care of the environment, taking it for granted, lauding it over the nature. This kind of attitude, when you have, so that means we are abusing Mother Earth. And this is why she decides to not produce in ample quantity, because that's how she will revolt. You know, people generally revolt against any kind of abuse. So moving forward to verse number 14. So we will try to do verse number 14 and 15 together. So here, when Mother Earth saw that Prithu Maharaj is pointing a bow and arrow at her and is so angry, she was obviously very much afraid. So here the example given is she was acting like a deer who is like, scared and startled and moving around. And the moment she saw that, she quickly took the shape of a cow. And when she took the shape of a cow, she started running. So here, Prabhupada is explaining that a woman has the just like how a woman has the capacity to either give birth to a boy or a girl, just like that even Mother Earth has the capacity to produce all kinds of living entities that we see. So she can take any shape. So she decided to take the shape of a cow on purpose, because a person should not kill a cow. That is an aparadh. So she knew very well that this is a king that we are talking about, and that too the Supreme Personality of Godhead Incarnation King. So he should not be killing me because if I take a form of a cow. So she was being very wise, and wisely she took this decision. But in text 15, when Prithu Maharaj saw her taking the form of a cow, he got even more angry because he knew the Mother Earth's intention behind it, that she is just trying to outsmart the situation. But right now, Prithu Maharaj was very angry. So whether she was taking the form of a cow or anything else would have not stopped him. So he was still running behind her. He was completely angry. He was more and more angry. The moment he saw that Mother Earth has taken the shape of a cow. And then we move on to verse number 16. Again, verse number 16 and 17, we will be doing it together. So here, the cow started running here and there everywhere. She was going to outer space, upper planetary system, lower, everywhere, because she was in so much stress. You know, when you're in stress, sometimes your mind doesn't help you to think what to do next. So you're just hovering around. You don't know. So she was running, and uh, Prithu Maharaj would not give up chasing her. He was still holding his bow and arrow and running behind her. So the example that Maitreya Muni used over here is just like a person cannot escape the hands of death. The cow also looked like that she's not going to escape the hands of Prithu Maharaj today. So here she became very helpless at the end. And now in verse number 18, she got tired obviously of running so much, and then she did not know what to do. So first thing she did was she surrendered. Okay, and then she started addressing King Prithu. This will be one of the, it is not a very big purport, it is very, very small purport, but this will be one of the important purports if we could read today, if we have time. So now the cow, she is addressing Prithu Maharaj. So the first word she's using over here is we see Mahabhagam. So Mahabhagam is the most opulent one. So this is also one way of addressing anybody in general. If we treat them with a lot of respect, the person in front of you is going to be more uh, uh, going to give you a ear. He's going to listen patiently because you are appreciating the person. The first word she's using is Mahabhagam, and then she is saying Dharmagya. So Dharmagya, what does this mean? This means a person who knows all the religious principles. And what are these religious principles? That a woman, a child, a cow, a brahmana, and an old person should always be given protection, not only by Kshatriya, but by any kind of man, whether by Shudra, anybody should take care of this class of our society. So she says that you're dharmagya. So you should definitely know this, that I am a woman because I'm mother and I'm cow. So out of the five people whom you should be taking care of, she's already ticking up one and two, mother, women, and a cow. So now she's telling that you are Apa, Appanavatsala, this word. So this means you should not kill a person who is coming to you and surrendering to you. So she's picked up three things right now: Mahabhagam, Dharmagya, and Appanavatsala, which means I have surrendered to you. I am a woman and a cow. I come in that category. And you are such an opulent person and you know Dharma so well. So you should not be killing me out of everybody. So when I was listening to a lecture yesterday, Prabhuji also mentioned in this context that uh, we see from Ramayana, Sri Ramachandra, when he was instructed to kill Tadika, he did not want to. He refused at the beginning, saying, "No, I cannot kill. She's a lady. She's a mother. I cannot kill her." And then he was instructed, "No, you have to kill her because of so and so reason, that there is a lot of chaos and all." And then Sri Ramachandra said that I will disable her. I will make her unable to do any such chaotic things for future, but I shall not kill her. And then after further instructions, Ramachandra agreed, and then they fought and they killed Tadika. So we see women are always given this due respect of not killing them. Even Krishna, the first demon he killed was Putana. But when he killed Putana, it was more of a boon to Putana. She went to Goloka Vrindavan, going in the Vatsalya Ras, being a mother of Krishna. Krishna even killed many other demons, uh, Trinavarthar, Bakasura, Ghasur. None of them became the father. Oh, they were not given this benediction. They might have had a better gati, but they did not get as better boon as how Putana got. So Krishna also understands, obviously, he's the Lord. He also is giving an example that you should always have a kind behavior, a kind approach to women. Then moving forward on to verse number 19. And in 19, the cow is still addressing Prithu Maharaj. And when she's addressing, she's telling that I am Dina. I am very poor. Poor in what sense? That I'm sinless. And then she's saying Akrita Kilbhisham, the next word over here. That is that I've not committed any sin. I promise. I am a very poor personality. And then she's again using the same word that she used in the previous verse, that is dharmagya. And you, out of knowing all the religious principles, how can you kill a woman? So she's questioning. So there are four things that she's picked up: that I am poor, I am sinless, I am a woman and a cow together. And what was the other thing she said? And I'm surrendering to you. And you're the most opulent personality. So she was giving all these reasons for why Prithu Maharaj should not kill her, because she is not at fault in any cases. And moving on to verse number 20. And here it is a very strong translation, you see. Even if a woman does commit some sinful activity, no one should place his hand upon her. So when I read this, I went on to thinking, so is it just okay to just kill men every time they do something and not to kill women? I got an opportunity to hear a lecture of a Prabhuji on this verse itself. And he said that a woman should never be killed. Why? He gave very nice reasons. We have always studied and heard this, that the woman is always under a shelter. The woman, when she's young, she's under the shelter of her father. When she grows older, she goes under the shelter of her husband. And when she's in a sannyas and manprasth older stage of life, then she goes into the shelter of her son. So she will always stay under a protection, guidance, a shelter. So whatever she is doing, she is not responsible for it. Nothing she is done, she can be responsible for it. Just like we can take an example of a child. If a child is committing any nuisance or being naughty or not listening to you, the first thing you will do is approach their parents. It's like, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, your child is not listening. Can you please take care? They're being very naughty. Because whatever the kid is doing, the parents are responsible because they are under their shelter. In our temple also we see there are notices everywhere that their kid should always be under supervision, because they do not have such developed set of mind, and under shelter they work better. So what does this mean? Women don't have good developed mental status? No, they do. But their emotional quotient is always more higher as compared to intellect quotient. So whenever there is a problem or a situation where you need quick understanding or quick decisions, women generally fail to do that because they start thinking emotionally, right? Practicality takes a back seat at that time. And that's why a woman is always protected and kept under a shelter. So, women should not be killed, because if she's done something wrong, it means she must be under somebody's shelter, and that person is responsible for it. So, this is what I understood from that lecture, which after listening made sense to me, that why a woman, you should not place your hands on her. It's also a basic etiquette. In one of the previous lectures, I had heard that women is like the jewel of the society. So, suppose if I give you a diamond or something really very Kohinoor Hira types thing, if I give it to you, you will not just lay it on the table. You will not just let it be over there, because it is so valuable. You're going to take it in your room or your cupboard or wherever and keep it safely. So, just like that, women should also be kept very safely in the society. So now we see that women are revolting a lot. Oh, we want independence, we are free women, we are this and that. Why is this happening? So this is also because of the abuse. Just like how we read in the 13th verse right now, that because Mother Earth was being abused, she is not producing anymore. Similarly, when women is being abused, she is going to revolt. And then she revolts that I want freedom. Again, which is not a very good idea. But then there will be revolt and uh, asking for freedom and all these things. So, women of the society should be protected very well, and she should not be laid hands upon. So, here she's saying, and what to speak of you? You are a king, you are so merciful, you are so affectionate to Dinam. She just called herself Dinam in the previous verse. So, then you should definitely take care of me. Why are you trying to kill me? So, now in verse number 21, this is the final cry she gives out. She says, see, I am just like a boat. And on this boat, I am carrying wonderful paraphernalias. So, what does she mean by that? So, she is earth. Mother Earth, on which the different paraphernalias, people are presiding over them. So if she will fall down, people on that planet will also fall down. They will also break into pieces. So she's telling, so if you're going to kill me, the subject that you're trying to kill me for, they will also die. So here in translation, this is also one of the important ones. Prabhupada has explained in very short. Prabhupada has explained a little bit of cosmology here, where she says that everything can fall in the Garbha water. So we know, we have studied that Garbhodakshai Vishnu is laying in a water which is called Garbha Ocean, Garbhodakshai Ocean, or causal ocean. Um, and when he is laying over there, from his navel, from his nabhi, there is a lotus stem that comes out. And then at the top, there is the lotus flower, and Brahmaji is over there. And on that lotus stem, we have all the various planetary systems. Okay, they are floating in the air over there. So this is a very basic and a general description of Brahmand that we have studied before. So this is what Prabhupada is mentioning over here. So if Mother Earth falls, she will fall in Garbha water. Once even Varaha Avatar saved us from there. And we have also heard, seen this when Vaman Avatar came, and when he was placing his foot on the entire universe, his toenail pierced the covering of the universe, and then there was a lot of water that flowed in. So that water is Garbha Ocean. So basically everything is around inside ocean, and there is a bubble where we are. So everything is floating in the air. So it's very short description of cosmology, which better we will study in Canto 5. So moving on to verse number 22. Here now Prithu Maharaj is going to talk. Now Prithu Maharaj will talk from verse number 22 to 27, out of which we are going to do only 3 today. So Prithu Maharaj is very angry, and now he's replying that first thing is that you have disobeyed my orders. This is your first problem. The second thing, even after taking all your shares from the yagna that we had performed, you are not giving us food grains. So because she said I'm sinless, now he's proving you're sinful. So hence you should be killed. So I am going to kill you. So here in verse number 23 also, um, our Prithu Maharaj is giving very nice example. He's saying that you're eating the green grass every day. And then, because she's in the form of the cow, is the reason why Prithu Maharaj is addressing her like this, that you're eating the green grass every day, and you're not filling the milk bags and giving it to us. So here what it means that in a demigod form, earth demigod form, you're coming and sitting in the yagya and taking your share, filling yourself, but in return you are not giving us grains. You're not producing as much as we need. So you are taking things from us and not giving services in return. That is the biggest sin that you're doing. And sometimes when we make mistake, that can be excused. But when you willingly do mistake, that is sin, and that should not be looked away from. So here he's saying, since you are willfully committing offenses, it cannot be said that you are not punishable just because you have become a cow. So Putna was also killed, even though she was a woman, because she was doing sinful activity. So here he's saying the same thing. Just because you're a cow, I will not let you go because you are committing sin on purpose. And then I'm so sorry. In this verse number 23, he is also using the word. There is a usage of word paya, which refers to both milk and water. In which form he was addressing that you are taking offerings from us, but you are not giving anything in return. Prithu Maharaj will be angry, and he will continue to talk in verse number 24 to 27, which we will see in our next class. So for today, I will just pause over here. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Wonderful class.